Anyway, we'll move on to talking about this week's film, which is The Butterfly Effect. So spoiler warning if you've not seen that, and there is obviously spoilers. Jake, you chose this one. So if you haven't seen the film, basically Ashton Kutcher plays Evan. He realizes that he's got the ability to travel back into his own memories and alter events. So he attempts to do so by changing events from his traumatic childhood. However, every time he does, he returns to the present to find it radically changed. And that's all I'm going to say on the synopsis, because we'll get right into that. Jake, why did you pick it, apart from the fact that we asked you to pick a film?
So I because you finally responded to all my DMs. Yeah. Let me on. I need to tell the world about the Butterfly Effect. So I picked it I don't know when I last watched it, but I've always held this as like such an underrated film. And so I sat down to watch it with my friend, and she also hadn't seen it turns out since she was maybe 15 or so. And I didn't realize how dark it was, the film. It literally has everything. If you can think of anything dark, it's in there.
Oh, God, yeah.
My thought towards it always was that it was a really good film, but their biggest mistake was putting Ashton Kutcher in it, because he makes it seem like it's a bit too sort of light-hearted. But I thought, imagine if you went to somebody a bit more serious, maybe, who wasn't doing Punk'd at the time, that maybe it would have been taken more seriously. And then I watched it last night and I realised that I don't think that's the case. And I think he's actually the best thing in it.
I agree. I think he's really good in it.
Good. Oh, phew.
Yeah. No, I was surprised. Now, so I'd never seen it before. Alice, had you seen it before?
Yes, this was one of those, like, when it came out, that I was a little bit obsessed with, and I probably watched it like 8 or 9 times in the space of a couple of weeks. Like, I feel like as a teenager, it was like, whoa, like it's kind of it's a bit sort of mind bending, and like there's you just didn't see as many, like you say, it's so dark.
Yeah,
and dealing with the subject of time travel, which is such a difficult subject to deal with anyway. And I think as a teenager, it just it sort of excites you and it upsets you, but it kind of weirds you out a little bit. So I was really into it when I was younger, but this was like the first time that I'd rewatched it as an adult.
So I'd never seen it before, but I remember it coming out, and I remember exactly what Alice has just said, which is that loads of people in my year at school really loved it and found it really deep and meaningful. So the 2 films I really remember, all the kind of popular kids, if you like, from school liking, were this and Green Street. And I don't know why. I just remember them really liking them. So that was the only all I knew going into this was Ashton Kutcher was in it, the basic premise, and that it was popular with teenagers when it came out because it's quite angsty. But you are right, it's so dark. It's like A-level drama, the film. Like it goes to so many places.
And there are some bits where the acting is also similar to that.
Yeah.
It's quite some of it's quite on the nose. And I did like my basic research of the film. Obviously I did for this, not back then. I think it was basically the director, 2 people directed it, and it was basically their first feature, and only. So it doesn't seem like they did much more. And one of them has got 7 upcoming projects, which sounds more like the sort of thing he's telling people at dinner parties.